Hello, Trish Hawkins,
Hi.
Director of Resident Life.
Yes.
Back here with us for about 2 months now.
Yes, that's correct. My second act at Green Spring.
Yeah, and this is, Tricia was here years ago.
Yeah, for 10 years.
And was certainly a favorite of mine, and I always enjoyed working with you on things. So
thank you.
We're glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm very glad to be back.
And you were just kind of telling me ahead of time that you had a lot to cover, so let's get right to it.
Yes, I've polled my audience, which are my multiple teams here that have a lot to do with the engagement experiences here at Erickson and Independent Living. So the first large project that we're working on is a Welcome Home program. It's a branded program of Erickson Living, and it's really to enhance the move-in experience of all our new residents that move into independent living.
Okay.
There has not been a real formal program up to this point that was directed by Erickson Living. We still have our wonderful greeters, and we will be partnering with them. And we have been meeting with that committee to talk about that partnership. I don't have any real hard and fast information or dates. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for people who are greeters or are involved in welcoming new residents in on any level, that this program, we're being asked to go ahead, and we have committed to starting this program in the first quarter of 2019. So by the end of March, we have Welcome Home members, which are employees, and they're called representatives, Welcome Home representatives. We're going to, we've already started some training. We're going to start doing more training with them, just so we have a very streamlined process in welcoming our new residents and making a very hectic time. Even when you want to move in, moving is not fun. It's not easy. So we know that. So with keeping that in mind, we just want to make it a real positive experience.
Yeah.
So sales and marketing and resident life are, and Brad Andrus from administration, we're all in this together in kind of steering this through.
Now you know there are groups that do, the resident groups who do welcoming.
Yes.
Are they going to be included at some point?
They will. We're going to partner with them. We're still
Okay.
talking. We've met with those committee, the greeting committee. We met with them, and we're going to meet with them again for more details about how we're going to partner.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We can't take the place of a resident-to-resident experience when somebody first comes here, and we're not here to do that. We're
No.
really here on our end as employees to raise our bar a little and just make sure that we address issues that might happen, really intense issues that have to do with the environment of an apartment when somebody first moves in. You don't know who to call, you don't know what to do.
Well, I was going to say, now those one-to-one people are the ones who need to have your information so they can say to a new resident,
Yes,
"Listen,
exactly.
I'm glad you told me this. You need to call this person."
Right, and so General Services is involved because they do have information in the apartment, but the Welcome Home rep, you're kind of assigned to a new resident moving in, and you will stay with them. You'll have several touch points leading up to the week they even move in. You'll have already met with them, you'll have already been introduced, and you'll already be sharing information. So it's not, sales does not do that at this point. So I think it's, I can say this from working outside of Green Spring with competitors for the last 3 years, so to speak, and networking with them. It's something a lot of other senior living communities do.
I was just going to ask you, is this a pilot program here, or is Erickson?
It's a branded program through Erickson Living, and many, I
okay.
think 6 to 8 other campuses have already been doing it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So we have some data that lets us know the success of it.
And what not to do. Not to reinvent that wheel of what not to do. Correct, correct, yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
that's just wanted to touch on Welcome Home. A reminder that the Coffee with the Execs is actually next Wednesday on the 30th, and there's a lot that we're going to cover. First and foremost are the resident engagement surveys. that the residents did about their satisfaction living here at
Yes.
Green Spring. So that's going to be one of the topics. I encourage residents who might not usually attend to come out and attend, because I think it's going to be important for them.
And where's that going to be?
I believe
In
it's
the
at Hunter's
conference-
Crossing
the
Conference
conference
Center.
center. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And then I wanted to make just some announcements on behalf of the resident life teams. So we have a
Okay.
lot of excitement in January and February. Tomorrow we are hosting our first, excuse me, I'm just going to refer to the correct information.
Please do.
Tomorrow, January 23rd, we're hosting our first flower arranging class. And this is something Community Resources, Janelle in particular, has put together. It's just something fun to kind of chase away the gloomy weather. We thought it would be great to see how it goes. And Twin Brook Floral is hosting the event. And it's very exciting because it is full. The classes have over, I think, 30 residents. So if anybody is interested in coming, even though it's full, I would suggest calling Janelle just in case we have some last minute cancellations. She might be able to fit you in, but at this time she is full.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm anxious to see how that goes. And I know that the robust sign up is a good sign. We might end up doing something very similar before the holidays this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a resident leader information session on February 1st, and that's at 10 a.m., and it's in the theater. We're also going to introduce at that point one of our newest community resource members, Amber Jordan. So Amber's over in Hunter's Crossing. You will love Amber. She's got a wonderful personality. She's very driven towards resident engagement and satisfaction, but she is super sharp with technology, and we have a lot of technology changes coming up on campus for us and residents, so we're really excited that she's on board. But
Well, and we depend on your staff. We depend on those people to help us, especially with some computer and IT stuff. I
Yes.
mean, when we want to put out a poster or
flyer or
a
something,
flyer,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're really helpful.
Yes, yes. So if you have a committee and you are a leader, we want to make sure that you come to that resident leader information
And what
session.
time is that and
it's
where?
at 10 a.m. in the theater
In
on
the theater,
February 1st.
Next Friday.
Yes.
Not this coming Friday.
No, not this
but
Friday,
the
February
next
1.
Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, right. And then it's tax time. So we have
Now,
a
why didn't you bring that up first?
oh, I don't know. It's not a great subject.
I know.
Maybe
I
don't
wanted to
know.
get rid of it quickly.
Exactly. I concur. So we have our AARP volunteers coming back to Green Spring. It's their third year, and they'll help the residents fill out their tax forms. They'll be here every Wednesday from February 27th to April 10th, and I believe we're showing that information right now as I'm speaking to it. The tax service is done electronically, and they are AARP volunteers work one-on-one with any resident who signs up. They do not provide paper tax forms or booklets from the IRS, just to let everybody know. Sign-ups begin February 1st, another February 1st thing. It's a first-come, first-served basis, and Janelle Cesari over here in Village Square is the contact, okay, to sign up. There'll be 3 time slots every Wednesday from 9:30, at 9:30, 11, and at 12:30. Those will be the times that will be offered for sign-ups, okay? We're also in the midst, Dwayne and Amber are putting together a Valentine's Day celebration.
Nice.
I cannot release any details at this
Oh,
point. We want
a
you to be a little
secret.
surprised. It's a romantic secret.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. So just for just to throw it out there and get everybody on board, and there'll be more details to come
Okay.
about that.
All
okay?
right. We'll watch for it.
Yes, yes, that's going to be exciting. Pastoral Ministries today is the Martin Luther King Jr. service. It's at 1 o'clock. It's going to be in the chapel, and the guest speaker is the Reverend Dr. Dolores Carpenter. And it's going to be about an hour long. I'm
And what
hoping-
time is it?
1
again?
o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock
Okay.
today at the chapel.
Yeah.
And then we also this week, Pastoral Ministries is hosting our annual memorial service, honoring our friends and families and neighbors that passed away in 2018. That's at 1 o'clock in the chapel, and that's on Thursday. And the guest speaker, many of you will know this name, is the Reverend Dr. Ruth Carell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who used to work here with us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's lovely. So I'm excited to see her again.
Is she in Pennsylvania now? Where is she?
Last time I spoke with Ruth, she was in Pennsylvania, but
Yeah.
that was about 5 years ago.
I think she's still there.
3 years ago, I think I saw her outside of Green Spring. Yeah. So we're very excited to host those two events, hoping that the residents can make it to those. I know that memorial service is very meaningful for many of us.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about fitness, and we're going to talk about the balance class that's coming up. We're really busy in resident life, aren't we?
You are. It's a good thing you
love
have
it.
a huge staff.
I know. Wonderful, huge staff. I'm so excited. So the fitness center is sponsoring their balance class. The pre-assessments are on January 31st, next week. And the class actually starts February 5th. It's a Tuesday. So it's 10 weeks long. You have to commit for 10 weeks, and it's a $100 cost. And if you're interested in signing up, I encourage everybody to call the fitness center at 604-4616. Okay. And you have to complete a pre-assessment on January 31st. They're going to start sign-ups or start them that day. You have to have a pre-assessment before you actually can go to the class.
Yeah.
And that's kind of your registration process for the class.
And they have a limit also, don't they?
They do, and I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't tell you. I don't know what that is. But yeah, they can only take so many people in a class.
Correct.
Yeah, to fully benefit the residents that are joining us.
Sure.
Yeah. So just some housekeeping items, and we have just remember to, when you're outside, if it's, we have another storm coming up next weekend they're talking about. I know.
Yeah, I
hush,
know.
hush. Well, it's we can be quiet, but I'm sure it's still coming. But if you go outside, we encourage everybody not to, but if you go outside, we just want to remind everybody to walk like a penguin. It really helps with keeping balance. It helps with small steps, and it really helps you not fall. And please don't hold on to each other like penguins. Yeah, just please walk single file on your own, because if you do go down, you don't want to take somebody down with you.
Take somebody else, yeah.
Yes, but you also want to make sure that the sidewalks have been cleared where you're going. If they're not, please walk inside. We even encourage our employees during these storm times to leave the garage and go into Garden Ridge and cross over on the 3rd floor, because we don't want the employees at risk for falling either. So just a reminder. Yeah.
Everyone's susceptible to ice.
Yes, we all are, absolutely. And we're all going somewhere. We're very mission driven. We all have somewhere to get to.
Yeah.
And we don't always pay attention to how we're walking.
Well, it doesn't take any skill to fall.
No. And we're all immune to it. So thank you for that. It's very true. It doesn't take a skill. And then you'll be hearing more about the pet policy. We're really reinforcing or enforcing the pet policy. The highlights of that are cleaning up after your pet if you have a pet outside, picking up anywhere, and we have bags for that. You should have some as well. Pets in the common area are really not what we want to have, and the policy is that they're not to be in the common area.
That means the lobbies.
The lobbies.
Any of the rooms that people are meeting in.
Any meeting rooms, any thoroughfares like that lead up to the lobby. Yes, we're asking that you go out through side doors with your pets. Yeah. And then you'll hear a lot about repositioning. I think Lynn Keefe gave a date where Chandra.
This Friday.
Yes, and we're really going to talk a lot about the enabling projects and how that's going to look.
All right. I mean, I told you in the beginning that this committee, Lynn Keefe had a huge umbrella. You've got an even bigger umbrella, I think, in terms of all of the areas that come under resident life, because, well, that's what staff does for us.
That's right. That's the beauty of community living.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of living at Green Spring, is it's a very robust program.
Thank you so much. We look forward to having you on many times.
I look forward to being
And
here. Thank you.
Best of good wishes for this, you putting this together and working with your staff and everything. It's terrific. They're lucky to have you.
Thank you.